Hey, Caves, can you fucking not? Because I didn't need to know that. I didn't watch High School Musical, but that's a frame of time reference that I understand, and I don't much appreciate that. Do I use this fuck ass? Where is it? I just had it. Paint holder. I don't know if my bud's watching, so I might as well. Go ahead and get rid of this shit. Behold. Oh, get rid of that. Fuck is High School Musical? You're from a part of the country that still eats out of a can, so you wouldn't know. To say part of the country, you're from a country. My bad. I forget that all the world is in America. But welcome. We're gonna be using this fucking thing again because a friend bought it for me. I don't know why. This is the... Like, I understand the thought process behind this creation. It's so shit. Like, putting a mini on it, first off, is a pain in the ass. And then even when it is on there, it doesn't feel secure because, like, you could just... that. So you can't really do any, like, rough brushing on it. This doesn't feel safe for my mini. I don't know if... like... it doesn't fit on the inside one either. Better watch your words before I have to associate you with a certain stereotype. Remind me of the cultural relevance of Poland again. Anyways, we're painting up Slaves of Darkness because I still have a lot of them that I need to paint, and I got my color scheme down, which is basically just Iron Warriors, but that's besides the point. We're gonna go ahead and doing that. I'm pretty sure I put out an at and what's it called? I put out an at everyone, yeah. And then I'm pretty sure someone's messaging me on Discord. Someone added me in Discord. No, it's my friend. Okay, let me grab my history book. Gotcha. Poland invented like one thing that was like super important, and I can't remember what it is. Unironically, there's something that Poland invented that's like super important, and I don't remember. It wasn't the internet. The internet came from like Sweden or something. I'm desperately trying to remember what it is. My knees creak when I sit now. You can't talk to me that way, whippersnapper. She's like a month younger than me. We discovered radioactive stuff. I know it wasn't isotopes she discovered because that was Marie Curie, and then she ended up getting cancer from them because of reasons. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was gonna see if I put out an at on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I did posts. Yes, I did. Okay. Just making sure I'm covering all my bases. Because I feel like I don't do it as often as I should. I should open Epic OBS so I can actually read chat. There we go. Listening to the funky music again. It's gonna get the stream demonetized, but monetization on the stream doesn't matter, honestly. I should really put down, like, on the bottom right what albums we're listening to whenever I do this stuff, but people can just ask me, wow, I need to cut my nails again. They already grew fast. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to tackle first? We need to tackle the black on all the cloaks. I think my black is still good. It's a bit goopy, but just rehydrate it a bit. Okay, rehydrating it might not be enough. had to finally get a new paint cup because my old one was just like croaked, caked in so much of fucking paint flakes and shit. Basically unusable. Even like this is what I'm talking about. Like, I want to turn my Mini upside down so I have more leverage. And I'm just basically doing the same thing I would be if I was just holding it by the base. This product is not good. It's not like I ever plan on getting a GW sponsorship so I can talk shit. It's not a sponsorship. What is it, like a content creator thing? I forget what it's called. Modern bulletproof vests. You mean Kevlar vests? Kevlar vests were created by an American pizza delivery driver. Ceramic or something else maybe, because modern bulletproof vests doesn't. It means like 5 different things. Like the carrier, the steel plate, the ceramic plates, the Kevlar material. So I'm fairly certain Kevlar was made by some pizza delivery driver in like Detroit or Chicago. Because he literally got tired of getting shot at during deliveries, that he tried to find a way to protect himself. What color did I make their boots? No one's been wearing boots so far, and I don't really want to make them black. That's kind of boring. Okay, we're gonna not use this because switching models off. Matthew, if you're watching this, God damn it, I don't know why you bought me this. I told you it was bad. I have so much I need to paint for Slave to Darkness, which is funny because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to play this army again. Not modern. Well, you said modern, so now you're just fucking lying. I thought the internet was invented by UCLA Berkeley and made it for a nuclear weapon system. So there's 2 versions of the internet that were created, if I remember correctly. UCLA and Berkeley made a version of the internet, but basically they wanted people to pay like a subscription for it, to just use for like access to the internet itself, not for like internet service providers. And obviously nobody wanted. This is my understanding. I could have this wrong because I learned about this recently and immediately forgot everything. The guy who invented the internet over in like Sweden or whatever other fuck-ass country it was, he made it like a free use for everybody. I forget what the actual technical term is. No, it was not invented by a Scottish person. It was invented by one of those countries that never fights wars. Sweden or Switzerland. I can't remember which one. No, what ended up happening was that there's like an invention of the year sort of deal, I guess, and the internet lost invention of the year to some like thing for like Guinness, where it was basically just like liquid nitrogen ice cubes that keep a beer cold or something. I don't remember what it was. It was something that in retrospect is completely just like not at all impressive compared to the internet. There was some like Scottish priest or something that did just preserve the entire history of Rome in his basement, which is kind of funny. Scotland did invent a lot. And no, a lot of it was not alcohol related. It was actually like inventions, and then the British claimed all of them. A cold beer should be celebrated, but it's kind of hard to top the internet. Well, nobody knew how big the internet was going to be back then, because the internet was made in the 90s, like early 90s. They made the fridge, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I really don't care that much. Bro doesn't care about keeping his food fresh and cold. Yeah. I don't care about who invented what, because the nationality of the person doesn't matter. What matters is the actual person. Because my main argument against that kind of shit is like a lot of people will say like, oh, so and so country invented this. It's like, no. Your country didn't invent shit. It was one dude in his garage. Can you fucking make a refrigerator? A lot of people can't make shit. I know how to make napalm, but I say napalm. It's like very rudimentary napalm. More water. Some good water. I liked my home chemistry phase. I shoved pencils in the microwave when I was a kid. That was my home chemistry phase. Crude oil makes Greek fire, so it can't be too hard. You know what I find hilarious? Is that there's always this thing of like, how do I explain this? There's always this thing of like people talking about stuff from like ancient, like the ancient times, like Greek fire or like Roman concrete. And one of the things that I find very hilarious is like people talking about Greek fire, where they're like, oh, it was so strong and powerful, we don't know how to invent it anymore. It's like, brother, Greek fire is literally just napalm. That's what it is. We know how to make napalm. And the other thing I find funny is like Roman concrete. Supposedly we don't know how to make Roman concrete, which I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure we can make it. It's just that two things. One, like the roads that they made for Rome, which I don't know if you can drive on the historic roads, but my understanding is that the roads that were made for Rome were never intended to hold the weight of a fucking like 18-ton Ford F-150. They're not that heavy, but still, like it's just a big ass truck with all the shit loaded onto the back of it, or like constant usage of 18-wheelers going 2,000 miles across the fucking country. The concrete wasn't that crazy. It just wasn't meant to deal with what it has to. And also, nowadays, it's cheaper to obviously use, or it's better to use cheaper materials, so that way you can come back and just fix it and get paid more. Sounds like an American problem. I'm just gonna go ahead and just like look at the list of problems that have been affecting Poland historically for the last I'll go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt and say 1,000 years because I don't remember how old Poland itself is. Poland, the actual, like, country as it is. You get one 18-wheeler in Rome and the streets would be ruined. Are you pulling a Garg? No. Also, could just ban you if I want to. There's a difference. Garg didn't have power. Also, you just said stupid shit. You say stupid shit, too. In 1987? Is that Tiananmen Square? I don't remember. We rediscovered Greek fire and Roman cement, and they had different ingredients for their stuff now. So we can't remake it the same. So it's literally just a fucking, like, a technicality of, oh, the specific materials we need don't exist anymore, so we can't make it, even though we can make a literal exact, if not better copy of it just using modern day material. That's fucking stupid. I hate people regurgitating bullshit like this all the time. Start painting your minis, Siege Boy. Motherfucker, paint your minis. Talk about history now. You fucking triggered my autism. Hey, you guys are like, you guys remember how Japan actually invaded America? Anybody knows about that? Because not a lot of people do. Because it was actually like a sizable amount of Japanese. Oregon. I don't know about Oregon. I'm talking about the Aleutian Island campaign. I know there's apparently something about Oregon, but I don't know what any of that was. The Aleutian Islands. Should I buy a Lord Marshall Dreer and just cope about it? I mean, you can buy him because he's a cool mini. I'd say practice more before you commit to a character, but I mean, here's the thing, Crazy Axeman, at the end of the day, you can literally just repaint a model, so it's not really gonna matter. Because I know you are just starting out, and you put yourself down a lot. Sometimes it feels you'll get better. I went like here, because I just keep these on my desk just for like my own sake. I went from this with shitty craft paint to painting shit like this. It's a significant difference. If we want something better, from this to this. So get a Dreer if you want, and honestly don't worry about painting it, because you can always just strip him and paint him later. I don't see a difference. That's because your eyes got taken away or something for the Soviets after they took, I don't know. I forget how. Poland's been occupied by so many people, dude. Who do I even use to make a joke? I might just buy him on eBay because he was in the Krieg launch box, so I can get him for like $30. That's insane that he's actually that cheap right now. I did not know that. That's good though. I'm kind of excited to see what we get in the Marine box at the start of 11th because I want to contact that guy I buy on eBay from. And if there's shit in there that I want, because last time, or this edition, I mean, it was fucking Flamer Marines, which, yeah, I play Salamanders, fuck yeah. I'm gonna start spamming Poland edits soon if you continue making fun of my glorious country. Glorious is a word. That being said, there's that one song from Sabaton that I like. I'm pretty sure it's about Poland. Because isn't the national animal of Poland the boar? Or am I wrong? Is that a different country? Polska Gorum. We don't need another nationalist in the server. You know what happened to the last guy. Oh shit, his hand just came off. What the fuck? It broke off. Time to fix that. It's a bison, gotcha. What country has boar? Where's my glue? There it is. Poland peaked with the winged hussars, amigo. Sorry. Calling a Polish dude amigo is crazy. I need Apo to get into this this stream so I can talk shit about how low he's scoring in his games. What the fuck? How? Hold on. Call the Horde. He got turn 1. Wait, was this him? No. Wait. No, it is him. Also, Apo, I think you just posted your actual... I don't know if that's your first name, but I'm pretty sure you just posted your first name in the chat. This is Apo, right? Yeah, it is Apo. What did he say? It's not including the special rules. I don't know what that means. So he didn't get shit turn 1. He got called the Horde, which he carried into turn 2 and then got rid of, I guess. These are by rounds, right? Yeah, these are the rounds. Established Locust turn 3. Wow, you didn't score shit. You kept Marked for Death for 3 turns and didn't score. His opponent scored way fucking worse. My god. What is this fucking clown fiesta? Assassination and Marked for Death for, if I'm reading that correctly, 4 rounds and didn't score shit. What the fuck? I'm gonna need to make it a rule for you guys to stop adding me because I keep thinking I'm getting DMs from my friends and I'm not. It's you guys. Let me see. Oh, those ghosts? I didn't realize Apo DM'd me. Or not DM'd me, added me. I kind of want him to get in the stream because I actually have something involving those ghosts that I kind of want to show him. Also, someone tell Apo that, yeah, those are awful to assemble. Oh, Robbie already said it. Good. He said, Apo, I'm here. Oh, here, let me get the model I'm thinking about because you talked about ghosts and now I want to show this off. Also, Apple, you scored like dog shit on your game. Holy fuck. Anyways, let me go back over to OBS so I can see. Well, I use my ghosts for this. My schizophrenia telling me I'm the chosen one, and my depression telling me I ain't shit. Really cool conversion they did. Also, I beat a guy in his 5th game ever in Warhammer because neither of us could move. We were both regenerating so fast to actually kill anything. Are you proud of me? No. I think I just committed a cardinal sin. I don't know, Judd. Where's my brush? There it is. Oh. You guys scored like ass. That shit was insane. My guy had Assassinate and Marked, or no, it was Marked for Death for 3 turns and didn't score shit. That was wild. I cut the oversized plumes on my Realm Lords. Why would you cut the plumes on your Realm Lords? That's like the point. Because they're goofy sized? Yeah, you're playing Warhammer, my guy. It's goofy. I don't know what to tell you. My only character was Turbogon, a 5 of Feel No Pain, and never failed in save. By the way, it was 500 points. A 500 point game? You. Got to repaint that part. Wait, this was like a special mix of paints, wasn't it? Fuck. Escalation. I hate escalation leagues. That's just a me thing. Escalation leagues take so long. You play against motherfuckers who don't even bother trying to read their rules. I don't like escalation leagues. I did one once for Age of Sigmar, and it was honestly a fucking draining experience. There's a stratagem for a Grizzled company that makes las guns, bolters. I already told you about the old Skitarii, like, super galvanic rifle build you could do, right? Where galvanic rifles used to be hitting on 3s, AP 1, damage 1, strength 4, and you could make them AP 3 and get full rerolls. And make them rapid fire too. It was awesome. Or not rapid fire 2, you made them heavy 3, and so you stood still and were able to shoot on 2s and just deleted most infantry squads because it was like 80 shots or something. Or not 80 shots, 60 shots. No, it was rapid fire 2 because it was 80 shots total. I remember now. I do not count Combat Patrol, Apo. Nobody should count Combat Patrol. Combat Patrol is worse spearhead. People driving by my house. I forget my window's open. I should probably not be yelling so much. Elaborate. What, the Combat Patrol is worse spearhead? Because like everything with Warhammer, 40k is a testing ground, and then Age of Sigmar becomes the more well-balanced game. The problem with Combat Patrol is that they kept selling the old Combat Patrols because for 40k they don't like phasing out everything too quickly because they know people are going to buy them. So you'll notice that there's a trend with the Combat Patrols from the, not anymore, but from the old ones to the new ones. The old ones always had vehicles in them. Now they don't. Now it's just mostly like infantry and mounted models. GW did it the opposite way, so that way it felt a little more like a deal, and usually they were getting rid of vehicles that people like didn't want. Now, or during that, when people were getting their Combat Patrols, you would always end up having the person with the new Combat Patrol. Congratulations, they had new rules. However, if you're fighting someone with an old Combat Patrol, they usually had a vehicle that would like just turn the tide of the battle completely. And not all Combat Patrols build up to 500 points, which is how they used to. So it created for incredibly unbalanced games. If you firstly read on Kasrkin, you can give them 3 orders in 1 turn. You can give them targeted weapon spot order. First ring, second ring, fire intake order, and that adds up to... Yeah, the AdMech isn't the AdMech. The AdMech one is like below 350, I believe, yeah. Do you think they'll ever turn Combat Patrol into Spearhead? I don't know, and I'm gonna be real, I don't care. 40k does not play well at low point numbers. Age of Sigmar, you can deal with it. 40k, no, because as soon as you add in a vehicle, everything falls apart because of how the wounding system in the game works. As opposed to Age of Sigmar, where your weapon wounds on a certain number no matter what. Like, my spears are always going to wound on 4s no matter how big of a target I'm attacking. So I always have a 50% chance of doing damage. If 40k took Age of Sigmar's wound system, I think it would be a bad idea, but it would make Spearhead, or I mean Combat Patrol, more balanced. Because that's the only good thing about like Skaven, is that, especially for like a Storm Vermin, like Storm Vermin are overcosted. They don't get that many attacks. However, they hit on 3s, then they wound on 4s, regardless of what they're attacking. So you're wounding the same on a little rat as you would be attacking a dragon. So the Storm Vermin always has a chance. I love Storm Vermin. So they do it because more rule changes to Combat Patrol means more stuff they can sell. Basically, I guess. I mean, that's kind of just like the MO of of specifically Warhammer, because I don't get the same feeling of like the whole Space Marine fatigue in Age of Sigmar, of like Stormcaster always getting a model, because it really doesn't feel like it. It feels more balanced over there. I assume for 11th they're going to get rid of the rules for the non-10th Combat Patrols. I would assume so they would as well. It's not him. Which one? It was you, right? Yeah, it was you. I think my friend got back from D&D because they're messaging me. Or unless I'm getting spammed by one of you. Yes, they did. Oh, cool. So my friend is running Curse of Strahd, and their players are level 3, and they charged into a level 7 dungeon. Okay, never mind. They ran out of the... Never mind. They ran out of the level 7 dungeon. The level 7 dungeon. And ran into the level 5 dungeon instead. I might distinguish some of my creed in some way and run that as Cadians. Or you could just buy Cadians, unless you don't like Cadians, which then at that point I would say what you could do is like, yeah, distinguish between your different squads of Krieg with like different colors, and just say one is Cadians, one is Catachan. I did the opposite because I like overcomplicating my models, and when I was building my Trader Guard, I made it so that way the different regiments were different models. God, work is going to be awful tomorrow. I already forgot what was happening tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that shit. I really need to get my shed up and running so I can have more things. Well, granted, I have a whole fucking 2,000 point Slates of Darkness army that I'm still haven't finished, but I really need to get my shed up and running so that way I can start printing off things to build and paint again. Because I'm starting to get that itch where I want to be in the shed. It's in pieces right now. Apparently somebody's coming by to clean up the backyard, so hopefully they can do that and I'll have room to build my shed. I'm surprised guard don't go by the here's a blank regiment kit. You can either build them as shock troopers, siege troopers, or fighters. What? What do you mean? Elaborate. Did I paint the inside? Yeah, I did. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but also at the same time, if what you're saying is what I think you're saying, that's a dumb idea. You know, some kits have different units, so depending on how you build them, what if GW made a Cadian box, depending on weapons equipped, would either be shock troopers or something else? Yeah, but like what? Because that's just Cadians with weapon options. Because you should always ask yourself two things before you have an idea for something that affects the hobby, and I mean like the buying kits side of the hobby and stuff like that. Your two questions should be: one, does this save the customer money? Two, is it at all worth the engineering and the man hours it would be to design and make this entire thing? Because if it saves the customer money, they're already not going to do it. That's why magnetizing more recent kits has become painful as fuck. My keyboard. It's all the way over there. God damn it. I'll go drag it. Oh god. I'm sorry, camera. Cadians equals shock troopers, have sticky, Krieg equals siege troopers, Krieg ability. Okay. So what? So what you're saying is that you want there to be a single kit that can make 3 different regiments. Okay, somehow your idea was even stupider than I thought. So, guards, yeah, what fucking Axeman said, guardsmen aren't fucking space marines. Where's my sorcerer? Oh, he's over here. Cool fucking dude. Yeah, I don't know why you're calling them siege troopers. It's not fucking Star Wars, Afo. God, I love this track. Oh, my tape is in here. God damn it. Let me go grab it. I need to find my scissors again. I don't have them around right now. Millimeter tape. You can buy a box called Deathcore of Krieg, and the kit gets you 3 options to be able to choose from. You can build one of those options, same as the Catachan and Cadian box. Okay, so back to my first point. Does this save the customer money? If the answer is yes, it will not be made. Why are you calling them a generic name when their regiment has a name? Shit. His fucking hand fell off again and I don't know where it is. Son of a bitch. I hate fucking... God damn it. I hate. I don't see it on the floor anywhere. Fuck. Well, he's just not gonna have a hand. Unless I can kit bash something. Maybe it'll just turn up. I doubt it, but maybe it would. Daxie's absolutely not talking about detachments. He's talking about a literal physical kit that can build this, multiple different types of squads that are just under the veil of Krieg or Cadian or Catachan. Which they already don't do that with Space Marines, so that's not happening. Where's my knife? Apo, the more you explain it, the worse it sounds. The reason why they're different regiments is because Guard is supposed to show that it is not just a single regiment, it is combined arms of multiple different regiments. That is why they're doing it the way they're doing it now. Rather than people running an entire army up, which, I mean, they still can, but rather than people just running an entire army of, say, like, Attillans, there's now the Attilan Rough Riders who reinforce, like, Cadians or Krieg. That would be Primaris, but worse. I agree. I mean, I don't think it's like Primaris, I think it's just worse. Because a Space Marine is a Space Marine is a Space Marine. They all look the same anyways. What you're saying is that you want there to be a kit that's able to build Kriegsmen that have Cadian rules, where you could just paint your Kriegsmen differently and just have them run with Cadian rules. Are you saying people would not buy 12 boxes of Krieg just so they could buy 6 troops and that could also be 6 siege troops? What I'm telling you is that people can already do that and just paint their Krieg differently. Because unless you're at a tournament, which if you're at a tournament that actually cares about WYSIWYG, you should be at that tournament. But if you're at a tournament that cares about WYSIWYG, no one's gonna give that much of a shit. God. Putting this stuff on is so tedious. I was thinking about playing TTS today, but I don't know if I really want to ask anybody if they wanted the game. Also, I would have to go into a VC and I would end up risking a bunch of other people joining and saying horrible things. Compromise on the Krieg upgrade kit? No, because There's already a million like third-party retailers and shit out there that sell like upgrade kits or other shit for like specific types of regiments or just straight up models for that. So I don't know why you wouldn't just go to them unless you don't like what they make. Honestly, that's fine. Wait. No. No, it's not fine because I do have to put that there. Fuck. I'd be able to play TTS though. I don't know if I really want to play TTS right now. Not everyone buys prints off Etsy. Okay, not everybody's gonna go out of their way and spend $40 to $5 on a fucking upgrade sprue when there's cheaper alternatives. Not everybody wants to buy just GW shit. If you are a creature who lives and breathes GW, which I have a friend who's like that, and I don't know why, then sure, but you're also just like limiting yourself on the kind of models that you get to have. God, I hate fucking putting this shit on. Here we go. Finally. Pretty sure that's not right. Should be. I should be airbrushing this part, but yeah. I haven't airbrushed this part in forever. But I want to build my plastic shits, but can't do that buying Etsy models. You want to buy your plastic shits? Gotcha. What do you mean you can't do Etsy buying? What do you mean by that? Maybe we'll put guards together, Appo. Last time I bought something off Etsy, it was already built, just waiting to be painted. You should check to see if the things that you're buying are multi-part. Unless you bought a multi-part kit and they just built it for you, then that's weird. Etsy stuff has either than full models in one piece or resin. Okay, enjoy paying fucking $90 in about 3 months for a kit that's old enough to drink. I have a gordita crunch. I'm gonna eat it. I have 2 gordita crunches, as a matter of fact, and I will eat 1 right now. It's 9 o'clock. Jokes on you, Dio. I don't play Eldar. Bro, some of your models are fucking old. I don't want to hear it. Also, Rip Grenadiers. You're about like 4 months late to that one, crazy. Unless they got nerfed again. If they got nerfed again, that's hilarious. They're just in Legends? Alright, Krieg Combat Engineers got nerfed. That's what they were. Yeah, it should be called a multi-part kit, Cave. If anything. Must have been before I was playing, but I'm guessing they lost medkits and something to do with the mine doing less damage. No idea what any of that means. I don't play guard. When I tried to play guard, my guard list was tank spam and sentinel spam. Because I like hunter killer missiles. It gets like D3 guardsmen back in command phase. You know what a medkit is? Might also bit bash some models and use their BD's rules for them. That'd be cool. Bit bashing is always fun. Appo, anybody can drink in any state. Just depends on whether or not you care about the law. Check again, but I don't think I've seen Slaanesh models not pre-assembled. No, because stuff like that, it's not going to be multi-part. It's going to be full-on things. If you want to buy your models physically, yeah, you're going to buy from Etsy or GW. If you have a 3D printer, look up Colts 3D or My Mini Factory. One of them also being known as Purple Site. Past that, there's a bunch of other like small independent retailers that sell minis they cast, demons and the like. I think think Bestarium Miniatures has their own storefront where they sell physical stuff. I might be wrong. I forget if it's Bestarium or Bestiarium. I think it's Bestarium. Bestarium makes some pretty cool models that can be proxied as demons. I remember when Trench Crusade came out and then you had like so many people making proxies for Trench Crusade. It's so cool how much creative shit there is out there. EK Badger Kriegsman Psyker. I know it's not good. Those are 4 pinball in the shooting phase, that's it. Isn't there a controversy in Trench Crusade right now? What controversy? Because people keep telling me, isn't there a controversy? It's like, what? It'd be 50 million things. Because sometimes it's an actual controversy. Most of the time it's just dumb bullshit. Like the Discord server thing. You don't know? No, I don't. I play the game. I'm not a fucking drama-addicted nerd. I want to play my dumb little funny diesel punk Christian game. I want to paint my funny little demons. Fucking 40K's in the controversy every other week. Oh god, the custodies are female. Ah, fucking get over yourself. Women in my grimdark future? No, 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 no. People's models keep arriving broken. That's an Only Games thing. That's not Trench Crusade. That Only Games has always been shit quality. That being said, I do know that some of the models that arrived from, what's it called? The Kickstarter were poorly made. That's just Factory Fortress choosing a really shitty, what's it called? Shitty distributor. A lot of the models my friend got, they looked fine. I know one person who had resin still on their models, and also this is old news. This has been, it's just the fact that the Kickstarter took so long for people to get their shit that it just keeps reappearing. Which is why they're switching to plastic. So that way they don't have this problem. And thankfully Archon Studios is more than willing to help with that. Because I don't remember how big Factory Fortress is. I want to say it's around 10 people at most. It might be smaller or bigger, I don't know. But they just dropped $6 million in the lap of like a garage worth of dudes. And they had to figure out how to make an entire product. My main problem with Trench Crusade is two things. One, some of the models are just poorly made for 3D printing, which is insane to think of. Like there's literally a resin trap in the Werewolf Assault Beast's head. So if you have a Werewolf Assault Beast, you might want to get a drill and drill underneath the head up until you hit the top facing armor and then get all that resin out and cure it. But my only other problem is that apparently, according to a certain YouTuber, they're using a auto copyright system to issue DMCAs against people, heavy quotations, infringing against the property because they're supposed to have some sort of a third-party license agreement coming out at some point. Supposedly, that's what they're using. Oh, and obviously the thing is automated, so it's running off of AI. That's what, allegedly, that's what I was told. Do I believe that? I mean, I don't know. I have to look into it myself. I'm just waiting for plastic kits to become more available for more different things, so that way people can get into Trench Crusade much more easily, because that's what it should have been from the start. It should have been, we're going to release all of our STLs, and then everybody who's on the Kickstarter, you're going to have to wait a year or two to get your minis. Is this meant to be a member stream? No. Is it? Hold on. Why is it unlisted? Huh? What the fuck? How the fuck did that happen? Visibility. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, this is just a today thing. It's unlisted right now. Why is it unlisted? Hold on, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna end stream, start it back up, and then try to make it open. What the fuck? That's so weird. Hold on. I'm gonna try to do this fast so the stream just picks right back up. I don't know if it's gonna affect